Call that there. It's been out of some milk. Right then, let's go through this. Just some things that I've jotted down at the weekend. Right, start from the beginning, right, because I'm going to put this to bed this week. I've been a boxing fan since I was a kid. First fight I remember ever watching on TV that I can as far back remember. Well, Minter versus Hagler. It was a month before my 10th birthday. Me and my brother, we watched it upstairs. I'll never forget it. We watched it upstairs, sat on my mum's bed. It was a black and white, big old black and white telly back in them days, upstairs, and I remember sat there, can of cola, bag of French fries, and a Mars bar. I'll never forget, but what I will remember is Minter's face. I'll never forget that. Minter's face after, and Hagler having to run front ring. I'll never forget that. Of course, Minter were undisputed middleweight champion at world. You know, back in the days when it were 2 belts. Yes, 2 belts. Back in them days, there were no IBF, there were no WBO. Them days, no IBO. There were just 2 belts. There weren't 5 belts. In them days, the belts were starting to get fragmented. You know, when there were 2 belts, it were. When Ali had 2 belts and they sort of got split up, they were hell on with fans because nobody really knew who champ were, and they tried to keep them together, especially in the glamour divisions. But you're always going to have promoters, aren't you? And their main problem, promoters. I mean, the American government under Reagan, they looked at sorting it all out, but even they couldn't do anything. They tried through Congress and all that, and Trump were pushing to get it all sorted back in the day. When Mike Tyson was undisputed champ at heavyweight, it were great, wasn't it? We knew we had 1 champion, but then they sort of started to get split up, and I don't know. But that's how I first got involved as a fan of boxing, as far as I can remember. About 9-10 year old. Watching Minter against Hagler, the IBF that started in 1983. They got Larry Holmes in '84 he vacated WBC, and he gave the IBF credibility. It'd be like someone starting up now, you know, a belt now. Say for instance if Al Heyman signed Joshua and he wanted to do a PBC belt and Joshua gave up. Say if Joshua were known as the main man, he beat Fury, beat Wilder, he had all belts, all 5 belts in Ring magazine. If he dumped all them and went with PBC and they invented a PBC belt, people would identify it because they say, well, he's the man and he's the PBC. And at the time, 1984, Larry Holmes was the man, money. And when he went with IBF, everybody just said, well, IBF's the main belt now because of Larry Holmes. The heavyweight champ is like, it's the flagship division, isn't it? Now, I think we should have 1 belt, but it's no good me screaming on this channel about it because there's more important people and more knowledgeable people than me want to see 1 belt. But so I just want to touch on them things now. This little campaign or little rant or thing that I've been going on last week and a half, 2 weeks or last couple of months. It's gonna, like I said, I'm bringing it to an end this week because somebody who I respect said to me the other night, Russ, you're 80% mad and 20% brilliant. So it's not the first person that said that, although somebody else hasn't said 80%, 20%. Maybe I am, I'm a bit eccentric, aren't I? I mean, what sort of person goes out forking the kind of money that I did, that I was forking out, and putting billboards up, the biggest billboards you can get, paying for things like that. I just did it as a spur at moment, and you know, it's that down there, you know, that black Range Rover for sale outside here, 13 reg. Now I'm going to buy that, but the money that I had to put towards my car for that I spent on billboards, and I so. But that's up to me, innit? It's something I believe in. If I end up driving around in a banger, as long as I've done what I think's necessary, I will do it. It's like, for instance, if I see any of them at one of Dennis's shows, I'll just throw a drink on them. I'll just launch a drink straight at them. Any of them, Eddie Earn, Frank Smith, Anthony Levy. If I see any of that matchroom lot at one of Dennis's shows and I've had a drink and I'm drinking out one of them plastic things, I will just launch the drink at them. No messing about. They don't need to be coming in my company chatting crap. I don't have any of that. If I feel that they're disrespecting me. But I love boxing that much and I don't want to be mugged off. They've had a chance to come on my channel, they don't want to do it. They daren't even pick up the phone. Eddie, you know all you gimps that are watching this, you know you've had an opportunity to come on this channel. I've had people sending me emails from Amsterdam, from Australia, from New Zealand, from America, saying we think that billboard gimmick were brilliant, but I'm not going to get the interview, am I now? Coogan says he can sort it out to me, but I'd be leaving myself vulnerable, wouldn't I, going to one of Eddie's press conferences and have that big 6'10" streak of whatever, wouldn't I? And all his security throwing me out, they're not going to have it, are they? I'd be vulnerable. But you can speak to me on telephone, Eddie. Call me direct, I'll pay for the phone call. You've got my number. Peter Fury. You've got my number, but he's not going to come on the channel now. But like I said, I've been serious with this now for about 4 years in April. I've been following it for about 15 years on internet boxing now. I've been an hardcore fan probably 15 years now. But it's one of them things, isn't it? Well, just take this coat off, we're getting a bit hot in here. But I've jotted a few things down, I'm going to go through them now. Just going to go through this. How many minutes we're on here? 8 minutes, so that's 22 minutes, 20 minutes, 10:40. People can laugh and joke and troll and make threats, death threats, gun threats and do awful things around me, damage things I own and try and put my family on edge. Well, I say this, if you believe in what you're doing, to hell with bullies. Now, I feel sorry for that Wingy from Wingy Boxing, because somebody said to me that, you know, I think it was Rico, said that he's not going to be doing it as much because he's had death threats to his family and stuff like that. Well, I get that on a daily basis. You want to come and look at some emails I get? People ringing me off withheld numbers. Loads of people have got my number. I don't answer withheld numbers. If people have got any bottle, ring me and let me see your number. Ring me on FaceTime, let's have a look at you and we'll have a chat about boxing. If I've said something you don't like on my channel, come and tell me, be a man. Don't ring me on a withheld number and scream abuse and hang up, because I don't answer them. Now, what you've got to do if you want to have a say in boxing, surround yourself by winners, like I've done. I've surrounded myself with winners. people that are doers, go-getters. Surround yourself with proper people and it'll rub off on you. You might not get any money out of the job, but there'll be other opportunities. Get yourself surrounded by winners. Don't surround yourself like I used to do with people who are funny and people you've known ages, but they're drug-taking criminals and stuff like that. I've no against people who take drugs or people who do crime, but it's not for me anymore. But it is what it is, isn't it? But this boxing game, it's a sport like no other. It's a sport like no other. What other sport do we know where? What other sport do we know where the best at that sport don't go up against the best? For example, if Real Madrid and Liverpool get to the final this year at Champions League again, and they decide not to play each other, what would fans think about football? If it doesn't happen because of money or something behind the scenes, what would fans think? What are fans going to think if Joshua never fights Fury or Wilder? Question mark. What are they going to think? Because that fight at the moment, it's probably further away now than it's ever been. It's further away now than it's ever been. For example, if Joshua were a Premier League team, right, who would he be? He'd be like Chelsea, wouldn't he? Oh, that's what I think. Tyson Fury, who would he be? He'd be Liverpool, wouldn't he? They've got all the skills and that, but they haven't got a title, have they? Dillian White would be Tottenham, wouldn't he? You know, there or thereabouts. You know. And Wilder would be Man City, wouldn't he? He'd be Man City, very dangerous. You know, if they put it together, they can butcher you, can't they, Man City, and deal with you in, you know, in space of 10 minutes. They could cause you some right havoc, score 3 goals, and Wilder can do that at any time. He can pounce, and that's how I look at it. Joshua's Chelsea, Tyson Fury's Liverpool, Wilder's Man City, and Dillian White is Tottenham Hotspur. But and Eddie Hearn, he'd be Jose Mourinho, wouldn't he? Whether he delivers or not, he's still going to get paid, isn't he? So, but my rants and blogs are coming to an end regarding the situation with the heavyweight division. As soon as the presses are over in New York and London this week, I'm going to tone it down. I've done my bit and tried my best, but we are entering an era now where social media and young boxers and material things and egos, they mean more than pride. That's just my opinion. Fights are not happening, the fights that the fans want, but they keep sitting there with hand out. We want another 20 quid, we want another 20 quid. It's like this with De Gale and Eubank. Eubank would scrape together to be a British level, in just about British level, if that. You know, talent wise, but he's got a name, man, because of his dad and his image that he's creating. But he's British level. And then you've got De Gale. He's not world level no more. That's why he gave his belt up. And he's not world level. He's come down. He's British level, stroke European. You know, he's had a lot of injuries and he's coming to the end of his career. He's probably at the end, probably past the end. So all this about stronger, faster, quicker than a speeding bullet, I'm not buying it. But yet they're there with the hand out for £20. £20. I just don't get it. Well, I do get it. It's about money, innit? But now I'm coming to end with this heavyweight rant. It don't mean that I'm not going to be doing any videos, as it's not even started yet, this channel, really. We're not even getting warmed up with channel. I'm here to stay doing this channel. I'm here to stay, so all you people who think, ah, it'll not last 2 minutes, I've never failed at anything in my life when I've put my mind to it, and I'm in a position where I can do this channel for, I thought another 18 months, but after the last couple of weeks, now I can do this channel for another 5 years if I want. I'm in a good position to do this channel. To sit here another 5 years and do this. 5 years. Been here, what have I been here now? 2 months I've been in this office. Well, I'm going to be here another 58 months. So we're here to stay here. Porky's Corner, the voice of hardcore boxing, but that's self-titled, isn't it? I am here to stay to do this for another 5 years, so enjoy the ride, because we're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere at all. It's hard work and dedication. I'll put that there because of the door. Yeah, right, that's not. Are you coming back up? Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Tuck this in. Clothes are falling off me. Look at that. I remember a time when I couldn't even get a pair of jeans to fit me. I was that fat. Fat as a pig I was. I've got a photo somewhere of me and Frotch. I look like Honey Monster with him. I think I was more than double Frotch's weight. He had a nose on him like that at the time. Massive nose. He says, your nose is massive. He says, I'm going to get it done. And I've finished. First line of defence, that nose. Nobody could break it. He's had it done, hasn't he? But I need to put another notch on belt. I think I'm ready for a new tracksuit, to be honest. A new tracksuit and a new pair of trainers. If anybody's got an idea about a new pair of trainers, send them me in. I'm going to get a new pair of trainers and a tracksuit. That's what I'm looking at. But where are we up to now? Yeah, I've got a great team around me, and we've got plans to do an event, which I think I spoke about earlier, in Donny this June, all being well, and hopefully everyone who likes the channel will want to come see an old codger like me get up on stage and talk about a sport I love. Who knows, I might even win over a few trolls and then turn them from casuals into hardcore Porky followers. That's if they are brave enough to turn up, but I won't hold my breath. I think I spoke about that in Cardin earlier. When I speak about casuals and hardcores, I don't mean any disrespect, as some of us, we understand the game a bit better than others, and I'm afraid, but what bothers me more than anything at the moment are these matchroom gimps. You see how many minutes this has gone to? Because I think it's gone on. I think it's clicked on to 12 minutes instead of 30. I'm gonna have to alter it in a minute. What bothers me more than anything, and it's a worry for boxing at the moment, are these matchroom gimps, and that's what they are. Just pure gimps. Now, as I said in a previous video, I did a study at weekend. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, Google, Daily Motion, YouTube, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Pinterest. Now, how many is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 10 across social media. You've only got to count them and just look at the statistics. 10 across social media. Each one of them, let's say for instance they're running 10 accounts. That's, if there's 100 people, that's 1,000. And if they're running 10 accounts, that's 10,000 accounts. 10,000 accounts. 100 trolls running 10 accounts. That's 1,000. 100 trolls running 10 accounts. That's 100,000 accounts. 100,000. No, 10,000, isn't it? 10,000 accounts. 100 trolls, an account each. Work that out. Do your maths. How many tweets is that? And messengers and blogs and texts and all sorts going out every day. What's all that in comments? It's fake news, isn't it? But they've got a grip of it, haven't they? 100 gimps times 10 apps, that's 1,000. Times 10 each, 10 accounts on each, that's 10,000 accounts. Do the maths if you're on dole and want to impress Eddie and his staff. So if you ain't got a job and Eddie's got you on ticket deals, you can sell them tickets and get a few quid. We know it goes on. This is going on, it's under your nose. If I'm wrong on this, somebody prove to me that I'm wrong on this. For example, just go have a look. Go and do the research yourselves. Throw in StubHub and all the fake news on social media that they throw of us. For example, the Towie cast. You've got 32 actors there. 24 of them have got between 500,000 and 4 million followers across the board. Each of them on Twitter alone, not to mention other possible social media apps. What we're looking at here is a revolution, my fellow hardcores. I can't take this on myself with 1,400 followers. I can't. All I can do. This is why I'm going to tone it down, and we're going to talk about what brought us here, just boxing. But it gets me so angry that these people out there, there's only a minute following of them that are on social media. The other ones are just going to an event, the ones that go to shows, but they're putting stuff out there so that when the rest of them go on social media, they believe it, don't they? I mean, I've got people sending me emails. Obviously I have people threatening me, sending me threatening emails, threatening to shoot me and all sorts. I just laugh about that, because people who are going to do that, they never have bottle to meet you, do they really? They've got no bottle. But if they have got bottle, well, I'm not hard to find them. But these people, right, I've got people sending me emails telling me how Gerald Miller dissected Thomas Adamek, who were in his 43rd year, career light heavyweight. He dissected him before he knocked him out. Gerald Miller dissecting people. Only thing he dissects is something on his dinner plate. Gerald Miller dissecting Thomas Adamek. And I've got people like that saying he's going to take Joshua into deep water, into the trenches, going into the trenches, and it's become laughable. It is laughable. It is that bad. It's shocking. It's that shocking. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. But what can you do? I mean, for example, I was kicked off Twitter twice for just comments where, you know, all these people on Twitter, all these gimps, they reported every tweet that I put out. So eventually they just kicked me off. They have a machine on Twitter in the background that if there's so many people, if I say hello, how are you doing, John? These gimps were complaining about it, and I was saying hello to certain pals. And eventually kicked you off. I had 2,000 the first time, second time I had 12,350 followers. Gone. This is what they do. But it is what it is, isn't it? Nobody will kick me off YouTube though, because I'm too smart now, I've learned. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Right. So we'll get this camera sorted now. So right. If you throw in the boxing industry as a whole, and this Matchroom Sky thing at the moment, it's massive, isn't it? It's just become that big, isn't it? It's off at scale. It's just gone massive. It's that big. It's unbelievable. It's hard to explain until you look at it. If every possible outcome they've put together, it's monkeys could run it, couldn't they? A monkey could run it. A monkey could run Matchroom, couldn't it? If they wanted to. It's not hard, is it? For example, as I've said before, the government, that's a funded place up there, the EIS, by the government from the lottery. Its main man is Robert McCracken up there. He trains AJ. His right hand man is Tony Sims. He's head of Matchroom Boxing for Jim. It's a conveyor belt of talent that falls on Matchroom's lap. It's not hard to run, is it? But it's got to the stage now where it's become about money. Sky are giving Ern the platform and Ern's front man. Admire Eddie or not, he's a very hard worker, he's very good at what he does, and that's lie and bullshit all day long. That's just my opinion. All bases are covered by Ern, a very smart man. However, his downfall is this: the public and Ern lead different lives. Ern lives in a mansion, doesn't he? It's worth 100 million. He's not in touch with most fans, is he? I mean, most fans, they haven't got 100 quid in the banks, most of them. They're living on never never, aren't they, on credit cards to go to boxing. And he's there with 100 million. A pay-per-view is 20 quid, it's not 17 quid no more. A lot of fans can't keep pulling it up. I mean, it's getting to the stage now where there's going to be 10 pay-per-views this year, isn't there? ITV and Sky. There might even be 12 if Box Nation get another 2 in. So over a year you've got 12 pay-per-views. That's one a month, that's 20 quid. Then you've got your Sky subscription, your Box Nation and your BT. You're looking at £120 a month. £30 a week to watch boxing. Now if you all remember Ern's first pay-per-view, it did good numbers, didn't it? Audley Harrison against David A, but it were nettles dressed up as daffodils, wasn't it? Now if you fall in a pair of shorts one night and you're out walking your dog in summer, you want to fall in daffodils, don't you? You don't want to fall in nettles. You know, which would you rather tread in, horse manure or dog shit? I know what I'd rather tread in, it's horse manure, isn't it? But Audley Harrison against David A. Oh my God, you remember that, don't you? Hey? David A, after that, he knew pay-per-view were done, so what did he have to do? He had to go and reinvent himself, didn't he? To get pay-per-view back on our TVs. How did David A do that? How did he do it? He went chasing after Vladimir Klitschko, didn't he? In shopping centres with t-shirts on with Vladimir and his brother with their heads ripped off. And look what happened when he fought Vladimir. He jumped on a table and got his toe out. What were all that about? What were all that about, eh? Oh, well, the man who brought it back after 3 years to England. I know David A brought it back after getting it stopped, but it wasn't his fault about Audley, was it? But he realised he had to go above and beyond. They couldn't get it back in UK. Carl Froch brought it back. Mick Hennessy were involved with Super 6. He put Carl Froch on map and they brought it back, didn't they? Hey? They brought it back. And since then it's just been abuse. Eddie's just abused it. Since Froch had 3 pay-per-views, abused it. Even Tony Bellew had 4 pay-per-views. Point I'm making is this: the public are the only ones who can get this con stopped by Hearn and Sky. I can't stop it on my own. I can make a little bit of noise, but it's like I'm pissing into an hurricane. 1,400 followers on this channel. It's not enough. It's not enough for me to make a dent in them. Billboards isn't enough. It's not going to be enough. Fans have got to vote with their feet, or Eddie's got to come on my channel and explain what the long-term goals are and put fans in the know. Who knows, I might even be gentle with him on channel, but they're not going to do it. They're not going to come on here, and I think it's a shame really that they're not going to answer the proper questions. Would Eddie be prepared to go to a live forum debate, sit on a stage and let all hardcores turn up and ask him questions? No, they might do something like that, but it'd be a selected few who get asked the questions. They're going to rig it, aren't they? When you've got a county like Essex brainwashing a generation, and all the famous cool people in Essex influencing a generation with their tweets, and the unemployed boxing fans on ticket deals creating non-stop fake accounts and hammering every tweet that anybody puts out and then bigging up any tweet that Eddie puts out, retweeting it and liking it on all these thousands of fake accounts. It's unbelievable. I mean, if they could reduce pay-per-view to a tenner, I'd give them respect, but they're not going to do, are they? They're talking 25 quid for Wilder against Joshua, or Fury against Joshua. 25 quid. Unbelievable. Throwing Michael Buffer with his tweets. I mean, he's got to be Bellew of the Week for his tweets, Michael Buffer. And then throwing the WBA. You know, with the sanctioning body, the WBA, they should be embarrassed. Throwing them and Michael Buffer and all that Towie cast tweeting and all these trolls, and you've got a revolution in front of your eyeballs led by Eddie Hearn. This is what's happened, and I'm making a bit of noise about it, and the hardcore fans are starting to believe me now. But like I said, if I put a billboard up, they're trying their best to get it shut down. They're even trying to get me took off YouTube. Yeah, that's true. And if they do, I'm just going to sack it all together. But they're trying their best to get me red flagged on YouTube. Trust me, it's going on. We've been told it's going on under our noses. They're going to have to be a bit smarter with me this time though, because there's no swearing on channel. So, and it's just in my opinion. But I can assure you, it's happening. It's happening. They're going to try their best, but we'll see. But like I said, the people are being brainwashed, and it's not only the paid Matchroom FC gimps. You know, Adam Smith, and I've brought this up before, and like I said, I'm going to hammer it this week, and then we're going to turn over a new leaf. Adam Smith looked embarrassed, didn't he, the other day? He looked embarrassed. I hope this video ain't going to stop on 12 minutes, otherwise I'm going to have to get rule book out on the phone and sort it out. But Adam Smith looks embarrassed. How can they sell this fight against Miller? I mean, I still think it might not happen, you know. I think it might not happen. They might just slip Fury in, or White. It might not happen, but they've probably lost Wembley now though, so maybe I'm just reading too much into it. But Frank's dragging his heels with this fight anyway, Fury. When was the last time IFL TV, Fight Hype, Seconds Out, Behind the Gloves, Boxing Social actually put Eddie Hearn under any pressure? When? Tell me a time when they've put him under any pressure. When? I can't recall any. Wingy Boxing put him under pressure and he got threatened, so he's quit. Well, these people that ring me up and threaten me and send me emails, they're not going to budge me. No, 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 no. What are you going to do? You're going to stop me? You can't stop me, I'm unstoppable. You see, when you're as ugly as I am, with teeth missing, ears bit off, been kidnapped and smashed up, 10-year nick, heroin addict and all that, do trolls ringing me up threatening me, or even whoever they are, do you think that's going to bother me? Now I'm here to stay. Only people that can stop me is going to be YouTube, innit? If I start swearing and stuff like that, but I don't, do I? So you're not going to get rid of me. You can do what you want, won't happen. No one rings me on a number on FaceTime and no one knocks on my door. It's all childish. So I asked Wingy Boxing to come back as he 39, where's 39? As he's good at what he does, in my opinion, and Wingy should ignore the bullies and plod on. So message to Wingy Boxing. Obviously I don't tweet, but if anybody wants to tweet him, tell him that Big Porky says you can come on his channel anytime and don't be intimidated by bullies. Let's see if this is going to stop now. 11 minutes. If this stops on 12 minutes, I'm going to be really upset.